Hello everyone, this is the third lecture for Marine Administration in Korea. Let me start. This lecture will include footprint of the Korea Marine Administrations and Chapter 4, Administrations for Marine Conservation and Development. This chapter, the contents will include the ebbs and flows marine history in Korea. This will show how the Korea marine industry developed in last 75 years long. And the second one is milestones of the marine industry's administration development in later days. And the third one is a vision and objectives of Korea's marine administrations. History back 790, about end of 8th centuries. There's one hero who is controlled southeast seas of the Korea and make the prosperous trade lines between Korea, China, and Japan. His name is Jang-bo-go. The basement of this activity area is located in Wando in Korea. It's very regret. If you have chance to visit Korea, I encourage you visit this area. It's a very interesting place. And also this the hero is well known to China. And there's one memorial temple in China, Chisan. They memory this hero through the temples in the shrine. The picture left side is the Cheonghaejin garrison, established in May 828, King Heungdeok, third year. That is Silla dynasty. At that time, when you see the map in right side, there is 3 countries, it's different names. It's a Tang dynasty that is located in China, and the Korean peninsula, the Silla dynasty, and also Japan, they have Hainan dynasty. And north of the Silla, there's a Balhae. Actually this country was found by one of the royal family of the Goguryeo, which defeated by the Silla and moved further to the north, and then built this country. So in this the connection and relationship in the neighborhood countries, they have a lot of trading is made between the countries. And previous the Jang-bo-go, this hero control all these trade routes. There's another hero who invented turtle boat. This is the world's first steel engraved battleship, whose name is Admiral Lee Sun-sin. He died at the war 1598. Actually, this war was broken up by the invasion of the Japan troop 1592, and then this Admiral Lee has 13 consecutive victory against the Japanese Navy. So this is a very famous story. The certain historian, they evaluated all these stories of the war at that time, and then he rated this Admiral Lee is the famous and the historical the admiral in the Navy war history. So in Korean government, to make the memory of this Admiral Lee, they make the coins with the turtle boat ship. It's a very famous story. In 19th century, we have a very dark ages of the marine culture. That time, the Lee dynasty, we call a kingdom of Joseon, has sustained Confucianism as a national ideology and disdained marine-related jobs. During late 19th century, Joseon dynasty has denied advanced technologies from the ocean and kept closed-door policy. Consequently, the kingdom was ruined by Japan. The picture is the Chokwabi. It's the anti-foreign stele which Hongsun Daewongun, this is who is the father of the King Gojong, built in 1871 to tighten his guard against the West. So it says, entering into friendly relationships with the West is the same as selling the country. Trading with the West ruins the country. So they are very closed policy. It's not open to the outside advanced country. So that is the reason the last kingdom was ruined. Let's see an early stage of the Korean marine history. Between 1945, that when is liberalization from Japanese occupation. 1945, trusteeship by U.S. military government started, and 1948, Korea has established its own government organization, and 1955 established Ocean Affairs Office in charge of fisheries, shipping ports, shipbuilding, and maritime policy affairs to maintain marine orders and promptly manage affairs related to the ocean. In 1961, the functions were broken up in reform of organizations by the military government. 1976 established the Korea Maritime and Port Administration, reflecting the advice of IBRD that it is necessary to establish maritime affairs and port offices to increase efficiency of the port construction. Finally, 1996, the historical year, the Minister of the Oceans and the Fisheries were inaugurated according to Presidential Decree number 15,135, by which most of the marine-related affairs are integrated under one umbrella, the Korea Maritime and Port Administration, the Fisheries Agencies, Ministry of the Construction and Transportation Hydrographic Bureau, Korea Maritime Safety Tribunal integration, all together one basket, and control one focal point, that is Minister of the Ocean and the Fisheries. That's another period, very still time, because of the MOMAP. The previous name of MOF is MOMAP, MOF, it's disbanded. This is political region. 1997, they inaugurated KMI, Korea Maritime Institute, that is responsible for the research and making policy of the marine administrations. 1998, Korea-China make the fisheries agreement. 1999, Korea-Japan fisheries ratification. 2002, open North Pole Dasan Science Station. 2004, inaugurated the Busan Port Authority. 2006, open Busan New Port Terminal. This is the first enlarged, newly built, the huge container terminals included. 2008, inaugurated Korea Marine Environment Management Corporations. 2008, dismantled MOF, as I said, and its tasks was entrusted to both the Minister of Land Transportation and Maritime Affairs and the Minister of the Food, Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. This is a very sad story. We lost a certain period of time without the focal point of the administration. 2009 to 2012, we have also many advance of the marine administrations, like built Gagecho Marine Science Station and held Yeosu World Expo and opened National Maritime Museum. 2013, MOF is back, reconstituted until now. 2013, reconstituted MOF with employees of 3,084. 2013, naming ceremony of the Marine Planting Day. 2014, opened Jangbogo, as I said, one of hero in an ancient time, Jangbogo, a science station in Antarctica. 2014, opened Polar Research Institute. 2015, opened New Busan International Car Ferry Terminal. 2015, opened remote medical service for ocean-going vessels. This is the connection of the newly fourth industrial revolution technologies. 2017 reorganized the headquarters and affiliated organizations presidential degree number 28120 and reorganize, restructure the MOF. You may be very curious how rapidly and how the Korea marine industry grown to such a big growth. How they make it? You may be very curious, but in my point of view, there would be three main contributors to make such a big development and make a good result. The first one is education and training institutions like Korea Maritime Ocean University and the Mokpo Maritime University and KIMFT, that is the training and education center for the officials in merchant ship and fishing boat. And second one is entrepreneurship. And the third one is leadership with industry-friendly policies that were driven by the government. Government-driven policies, that's the third one. Let me see each details. The first contributor is no doubt education and training institutions like KMOU, MMU, and KMFT. There was a huge investment to build a training boat, like a TS training ship, Bando training ship, Hanbada training ship, Hannara, such a very the state of the art and a very newly built the training ship. That's good for the fostering the high competent the student and going to the world market. Second one is entrepreneurship, like honorary chairman, the late Jung, who is in the picture. He is the kind of a legendary person. For instance, he has used those the VLCC to make a chopping up to connect the end of the breakwater, which make the proclaim land. But as I told, the west coast, there's a high tidal range gap, so very high speed, very fast and strong current demolish the breakwater, and finally he decided to bring the VLCC to chop up, and they make it up between the gap by soil and rocks, and then finally they can connect to end of the breakwater by using this VLCC. This is the scientist, engineer, they highly educated. They cannot estimate, or they cannot even image how can this person is make this the innovative and creative the method of engineering. It's a very famous story. And also before he built the shipyard, he make award of the shipbuilding from the owner of the Greek they using that the bill, the money bill. There's, as I mentioned, there's a first world first iron the uncovered the turtle boat ship. He showed this bill to the owner of the ship, and then he got the award of the ship order. That's also very famous because even he has no shipyard, and then he received the order and then start to build the shipyard. And also third one, another big contributor, leadership of the government. This calligraphy means we pursue the strong maritime and the marine country. We go to the sea. That is the message by the President Park, whose tenure 1963 and 1979. In this period, Korea economic growth is huge, and this is big growth we have achieved. And another leadership of President No, and also he encouraged and he make a lot of investment, and he used to minister of the MOF, and then he elected as a president in Korea. And now incumbent the President Moon also he emphasizes the sea, ocean is the important the way we are going. It's a very strong support by the government and the president of the country. And also this is additional one. We overall the country we make the Sea Day. That is 31st of 1996. This is to boost marine culture and to induce the attendance of the people into marine industries. The Sea Day was enacted and held the first ceremony for the day in May 31st, 1996. This MOF has the vision that is the global marine leader Korea should be, and objectives: cleaner, safer, and more productive oceans, and also 10% share of the ocean and the fisheries in national GDP by 2030. And also the detailed plans to achieve the objectives. The government, the MOF, they targeted re-ranking $50 billion in sales of shipping, and realized 1.7 billion tons in cargo handling at the port by 2022. Second target is reaching 4 million tons in fisheries production and $4 billion in fisheries export. Third target is attracting 2 million tourists and fostering 200 startups by 2022. Fourth one is launching imaging spatial plans and eliminating any possibility of the large-scale marine accident by 2022. Implementing New Deal 300 projects for fishing community and port rebuilding project for including Busan and Incheon, because now the people is more and more like to live in city, not like to live in village, in the countryside and fishing. So government make the target and make invest and make the boost the people the challenge living in the seaside. That is fourth target. And fifth one is just the interrelationship with the neighborhood countries, that including defending maritime territorial integrity and enhancing national status as a global marine leader. Let's see the organization of the Marine Policy Office. There is 3 departments: the Marine Industry Policy Bureau, Marine Environment Protection Policy Bureau, and Overseas Fisheries International Policy Bureau. The first bureau, that is Marine Industry Policy Bureau, there's 5 subdivisions, that Marine Policy Division, Marine Development Division, Marine Fisheries Science Technology Policy Division, Coastal Planning and Management Division, Marine Territory Division. Second bureau, there's a Marine Environment Policy Bureau. There is 5 subdivisions: the Marine Environment Policy Division, Marine Spatial Policy Division, Marine Conservation Division, Marine Ecology Division, Marine and Fisheries Bioresources Division. There's another bureau, Overseas Fisheries and International Policy Bureau. They have 3 subdivisions, like International Coordination Division, Marine Territory Division, International Commerce and Trade Division. They also, on top of the internal organization, there are affiliated institutions, such as Korea Institute of Marine Science and Technology Promotion, Korea Institute of Ocean Science and Technology, etc., etc. You can see the what kind of the institutions we have, and also if you're interested more the details, you can visit the website I already given the slide. The Korea Oceans Act provides goals, principles, and the basic directions that all the individual ocean laws and policies should follow, and mandated the Korean government to establish the basic plan for marine and fisheries development, of which contents are as follows. So, according to those the laws, we prepare the basic plan. The first one is establishment ocean policies and implementation system. To establish a basic plan for marine and fisheries development for every 10 years. To establish a Marine and Fisheries Development Committee. Second one is management and preservation of oceans. To manage the marine environment and resources for preservation and sustainable development. To establish a plan for preservation of marine environment. To manage the ocean ecosystems for preservation and restoration. To establish a plan for maritime safety management. I introduce one of the example of the public entity who are responsible for those management and the preservation of oceans by COEM. that is one of important public entity. Their main role is preserving healthy ocean and realizing safe ocean, securing future growth engines, and generating social value. If you have further interest about this COAM, you can visit also this website provided. Another one basic plan is development and exploration of ocean resources. This is to establish a plan for management, preservation, development, and exploration of ocean resources, and to establish and implement a marine science and technology development plan to manage coastal and ocean spaces, and to achieve international cooperation for oceans management. There's another example for this basic plan by the KIOST, KIOST, as who is responsible for development and exploitation of ocean resources. Their main role and responsibility is research on ocean resources and related applications and commercialization of such resources for the development of marine science and technology and the marine industry, and also research on ocean and polar science and technology policies and institutions, and also fostering of outstanding professionals in the marine sectors. And also they are responsible for development, inspection, and repair of marine related equipment, machinery, and technology, and also establishment and operation of marine infrastructure such as marine science research stations, and also commissioned research, joint research and technology partnerships with domestic and overseas universities, research centers, and companies. Another basic plan regarding promoting ocean industries. This plan is to establish and implement the shipping and port industry development plan, to establish and implement the ports and fishing ports facilities expansion plan, to establish and implement the fisheries industries promotion plan, to support and finance fisheries related institutions for fisheries R&D, and also to establish and implement a comprehensive fisheries village development plan, to establish and implement a marine tourism promotion plan, to support small and medium-sized business to develop ocean-related technologies. There's another example for the promotion of ocean industries, which initiated by KOBC. Their main role is supporting for investment, supporting by guarantee, and supporting by polish, establish, and supporting for business management. Also, you can visit the website of the KOBC. There's many interesting informations and details of the supporting programs. This is another basic plan regarding establishment of infrastructure for marine and fisheries development. This is to establish the research and development institutions for developing oceans policy, to establish and manage education and training institutes for supplying ocean experts, to establish and manage the National Marine and Fisheries Information Center for effective management of ocean information and data, and also to support ocean research and development programs and training ocean experts, to support general public ocean constituencies. For this function, there's one example of the public entity, that is a KMI. Their main role is research and analysis, and also they are serving as a vessel for integrated information of the marine industry. Also, they execute government commission projects. KMI is not directly belongs to MOF, but they belongs to Prime Ministry organization. But their main function, their main role is supporting to establish marine and fisheries policies to MOF. There are many laws and regulations and plans regarding the marine administrations. Because of the time limitation, I cannot introduce every one, but there are one very handy website link. You can see at the bottom. That is English version. You can find the detail of the laws, rules, regulations about the marine administrations. If you have further interest, you can visit. You can find details. And also, this is the same. There's a lot of plans, rules, regulations supporting to the marine administrations. Yes, it's the same. So this is the we have reviewed the history and footprint of the Korea's marine development, and also marine administration's organization and laws and plans. This is not enough time to understand about these two subjects, but I like you give the insight how we prepared and how we develop those plans and prepare the rules, regulations supporting those administrative jobs. So let's have a break and see you shortly. Thank you for your attention.